Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of our C programming series, Structure of a C program. In part 1, we learned what C language is, why it's powerful, and wrote our first Hello World program. Today we will take that one step further by breaking down the anatomy of a C program and understanding what each part actually does. By the end of this video, you will know how every C program is structured, how compilation happens, and how to write clean, error-free code. Let's begin. Every C program from the smallest to the most complex follows the same structure as shown on the screen. Here's what's happening here. The preprocess zone brings in essential libraries like studio.h. The main function is the mandatory entry point of every program. And finally, the return statement signals a success or failure to the operating system. Remember, execution always flows from top to the bottom. Lines starting with a hash are handled before compilation. They are the instructions for the preprocessor. The most common directive hash include copies the entire standard input-output library into your source code, giving you access to essential functions like printf and scanf. Other common header files are mat.h for mathematical operations, string.h for working with strings, conio.h for console operations, mostly used in older compilers like Turbo C. Without these, your functions won't exist and your compiler will throw errors. Now, every C program must have a main parenthesis function. This is the starting point where execution begins. Here's how it works. The keyword int means this function returns an integer value. Return 0 tells the system that the program ended successfully. So remember, main parenthesis means entry point of your program. Return 0 means exit status, no error. Even if you skip return 0, most compilers assume it, but it's a good habit to always include it. Inside the main parenthesis function, the structure is divided into two sections, the declaration section and executable section statements. The declaration section reserves labeled memory boxes for variables here int a, b, sum. Declares three integer variables. Then the logic section actually performs tasks like assigning values, calculating and printing results. Rule: always declare all variables at the top of a block before writing executable statements. Let's combine everything into one complete program as shown on the screen. And when we run this code, the output will be sum of 5 and 10 is 15. Simple, right? This example connects all the concepts from header to variables to logic and finally output. Now let's see what's happening behind the scene when you hit run. C goes to four key stages. Preprocessing handles hash include and macros. Compilation converts your source code into assembly or object code. Linking merges your code with required library files. Execution runs the final compiled program. This is the build pipeline. Understanding it helps you find out where your errors occur, like syntax errors in compilation, linker errors during linking, runtime errors during execution. Now let's wrap up a quick recap. Follow the template. Preprocessor, main, return. Hash include brings in essential tools like printf, parentheses. Main parenthesis is the program's entry point. Declare variables at the top. Return 0 signals a successful program execution. In part 3, we will dive into variables, data types, and constants, how your data is stored and processed in C. If this video helped you understand the program structure better, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in part 3.